So you want one of the best sports car driving experiences, but you also care about audio quality. Then this video is for you. It's Charlie from Daily Motor, and today we're going to be going over the 10-speaker Bose audio system here in the 2021 Porsche Cayman. We're going to take a look at the PCM infotainment system, take a look at audio inputs, audio controls and adjustments, speaker locations, take a quick demo of Apple CarPlay, then get out on the road and listen to these sample tracks while we're rolling, and I'll give you my thoughts at the end. And before we get started, let's hop out and take a look at the car. In this beautiful GT silver paint, specifically the Porsche Cayman GTS, featuring the 4.0 liter flat 6 motor and a 6-speed manual transmission. This is one of the purest sports car experiences that you can get here in 2021. We've had an absolute blast driving this car, so if you want to see more on it, check the links in the description for our review and a little highway fuel economy test. Now, we always do these tests with lossless, uncompressed WAV audio files on a USB stick plugged directly into the system, and high-quality binaural microphones in both of my ears, giving you the most realistic audio system demo on YouTube. We also do the test with the sound settings set to their factory defaults, so let's take a look at those now. This Porsche Communication Management System, or PCM as they like to call it, works very, very well. It's easy to use, good display settings, and very fast to respond. So we go right into here. Go options, set sound. We've got bass, treble, fader, and balance, as well as some Bose specific settings. We've got surround media and streaming. This is music playback with pronounced spaciousness, and then linear media and streaming, neutral tone adjustment recommended for audiophile music enjoyment. Look at that, we've got systems just for us. And then their audio pilot, which adjusts volume and tone for kind of different road settings if you're on a more bass resonance heavy road, or just higher wind noise, road noise, and engine noise sounds will adjust. So there are no default settings for these, so I'm going to go with the linear and audio pilot on and surround off, but we'll play around with a little bit. At least for right now, I'll just toggle them on and off, let you hear. I'll say pronounced spaciousness is definitely accurate for that surround setting. It makes it feel very hollow. Not a big fan of that one, but like I said, we'll leave the linear media and streaming on. Let's go through bass and treble now. Just missed the end of that track, but you get the idea with lack of treble. Audio controls in the Cayman. You've got a very nice volume roller right here, and that is the only way to control volume, so it's a good thing. It's a nice reach, it feels good, has some nice clicks. For track selection, you've got a rotary knob here, and you also have these very satisfying clicky buttons, and if you're on the browse screen, for example, you can just go ahead and click your tracks. So very easy to do, and I'm glad that they didn't muddle up this beautiful driving steering wheel with any volume controls. It's really not too hard to reach down there and tap. For audio inputs in the Cayman, you have your standard AM, FM, Sirius XM satellite radio, an internal jukebox to which you can store music, a USB-A port, and Bluetooth streaming, as well as Apple CarPlay support. So what does that mean you're missing? Oh, wait, you also have a CD player. I almost missed that. In fact, it's interesting that it doesn't list the CD player right here, but you can definitely clearly see it's there. So, you're missing any sort of USB Type-C inputs. You're also missing Android Auto, which is a big omission in my book. I know here in America, there are a lot of iPhones, but if you go worldwide, Android is the most popular phone user interface. I mean, maybe not for Porsche buyers. I don't know. I don't want to make that assumption. Oh, it looks like, do we also have a SD card inputs right there? Kind of looks like we do. That's pretty neat. You're also missing a 3.5 millimeter auxiliary input jack. So not the end of the world if you are a lo-fi Apple user, but if you are an Android user and you want to listen to hi-fi music, you're going to have to either save songs onto your device and possibly be able to stream them through USB. It's unlikely though. Or you can load them right onto the system or use a disc player, which definitely helps. Speaker locations here in the Cayman. This is a 10-speaker Bose system featuring 505 watts. This is the first Bose system I've ever seen with their maximum wattage listed. Starting in the bottom left, you have 1, 2, 3, all sort of built into here in the door. You've got kind of a top speaker and then 2 lower ones, and then 4 up front, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 in the back. They're kind of sitting back there near those B pillars making some noise. And then the 10th speaker is a subwoofer that's actually integrated into the car. So we can't see it, but it's somewhere in there. I think it's a little closer to the back. Makes for a bass sensation. All right, let's fire up our iPhone and take a look at Apple CarPlay. Now, because there is only one USB port, we are going to have to stop our music. Pull that out and then plug in our iPhone. Right away, we're prompted with a screen. Would you like to use your iPhone as a CarPlay device or an iPod? Let's choose CarPlay. Accept. Bada bing, bada boom, right there. Our maps aren't loading because we don't have a data connection on this device, but you can see the whole screen is taken up with CarPlay. Very responsive, decent resolution, very easy to use. All right, let's get the tunes going again and get on the road. During this next one, I'm going to toggle off the linear media and streaming, the neutral tone adjustment thing, kind of midway through the song so you can hear both, and we'll talk about it afterward. Notice by disabling this linear media and streaming, you're getting more bass, less high end. So I think it's kind of funny that Porsche really just flipped a 180 on having a bass boost, essentially. They pretty much said, well, standard settings should have a little bit more bass, a little bit less high end, kind of overemphasize the bottom end. But if you want it to be non-molested, then you can choose that and have it just be natural, rather than have natural being the normal setting and then kind of a bass boost enhanced feature. But I guess they probably did market research and figured out what most people prefer. People probably prefer to have that kind of thumpy bass. And I will admit, for certain songs, it does sound better. For a quick sec, let's turn the music off and get an idea of what the GTS sounds like at highway speeds. Like most Porsches with summer tires, you hear that road noise, and really most sports cars with summer tires. Engine does quiet down a good amount, and wind noise not too bad. For this next song, we'll turn the bass all the way up and hear what that integrated subwoofer can do. Oh boy, come on guys, you don't have to get over, you just have to slow down. That built-in subwoofer does really start to rumble. If you like a lot of bass, you probably have to jack it up a little bit to really hear it, but when you do, it announces itself. Too artificial and hollow, so probably more of a gimmick than anything for me. Up my thoughts on the 10-speaker Bose audio system here in the Porsche Cayman. For a dedicated sports car, it's okay, but it's certainly no audiophile system. I would certainly be interested in hearing the 12-speaker Burmester top-level upgrade for the Cayman. I would think the walk kind of goes like this. The bass speaker sound system, if you really don't care about audio at all. The Bose system, if you at least want to have something decent for your car. And then the Burmester system, if you actually care about listening to music in your sports car. That being said, objectively speaking, we'd be giving this about a C rating. Not fantastic. It's hard to do because this car is awesome in just about every other way, but objectively speaking, this is not the best sound system in the world. Now, that being said, for this price point, this type of car, everything, subjectively, I'd be giving it about a B. I appreciate that we've got a disc player, but having no Android Auto is definitely rough. That being said, the audio system and the infotainment works really well, easy to use. I like the infotainment. And this is a dedicated sports car at the end of the day. It's not a luxury vehicle. So, hope you found that all informative. You enjoyed it. Shout out to Porsche for letting us review their Cayman. Looking forward to getting more Porsches in the future. And we'll see you on the next one. I'm Charlie from Daily Motor, and as always, drive on.